Hey, I'm Hannah. I'm a writer, and normally on this channel I make educational content for other writers. But for this video, maybe it'll be a series. Let me know. We're talking to non-writers. I'm gonna teach you some writing basics and how to construct those everyday pieces that we have to write. Writing sucks if you don't like to do it. But it is required for all kinds of things in work in academia, emails, presentations, essays, cover letters, resumes, etc. In this video, I'm going to break down how to write a good email. We're going to go over the 6 main components of an email, and then I'm going to go through a few examples from my inbox, and I'll roast what they've done wrong. But first, let's get into the different parts of an email. Number 1 is the address line. Address who you're talking to. If you are introducing yourself to someone new, reaching out to a friend, cold calling a company, following up on a project, no matter why you're writing the email, you should be addressing who you're speaking to. If it's a stranger, your boss, or someone you want to just show like a higher than average level of respect to, you might address them as Mr., Mrs., etc., last name. If it's a friend or someone you've worked with a lot before, you might call them by their first name. So if I'm sending an email to a contractor that I've hired several times, I'd probably address them as hi, first name. If I'm reaching out to an old professor to ask them a favor and we weren't really close while I was in school and I haven't spoken to them in a while, I'd probably say hi, doctor last name, or hi, professor last name. So decide what the appropriate way to address that person would be, and that's going to go on the first line, usually followed by a comma. Then we go ahead and drop down with a space of separation for the actual body of the email. The first thing you're going to want to do is set up the context for the communication. This can be something incredibly brief, like in regards to your last email, or something more detailed, like if I'm reaching out to, say, another content creator and I'm cold calling a collaboration, never spoken to them before. I might say, hi, my name's Hannah. I make educational writing content on YouTube. I saw this video you made last week because our mutual friend's name sent it to me, and I'm contacting you to see if you'd be interested in working on this project with me. So set whatever context you need to set for the email to make sense to the recipient, and if it is a cold call type email, it is really beneficial to ground it with something familiar to them, like referencing a previous piece of their work or mentioning a mutual friend. Then on to the real body of the email. The body of the email will obviously vary a lot based on the point of it, but in general, keep it clear and concise. Definitely utilize bullet points if necessary. For example, if I'm emailing a person on my team because I need them to make some changes on a critique for a client, I would make sure to bullet each change that I needed them to make so that they could more easily know what I'm asking for, and then they can check over it after they've made those changes to make sure that they've hit each separate point. Prioritize being thorough while also concise, clear, and cordial in the body of your emails. Once that's written, we'll go ahead and space down again, leaving a little separation for our closer and signature. The closer might be a call to action, a summary, or a goodbye. So best, or speak soon, or let me know what you think. If you need them to perform or respond in a certain way, make sure that you repeat that prompt in the closing of the email, like, I need those edits by August 21st. Let me know if you need help with that deadline. That kind of sums up the point of the email and lets them know what their next step is very clearly. Then on the line after your closing, we put our signature. This might just be your first name, or you might have a design signature like I use on my emails. You also want to pay attention to your subject line. Keep it brief, specific, and honest. You want the recipient to be able to read that and know exactly the contents of your email and what you need from them. Now I'm going to click around in my inbox and see what kind of emails we can make fun of. This email subject is contract. There's no greeting, no signature, and no context. The body reads, I recently reviewed your profile on LinkedIn, and I would like to know if you are available to work with us on a contract basis. What does that even mean? This is probably a scam bot, and it's like a really poorly executed one. There is nothing in this that refers to anything about me, so there's no reason to suspect that this is a real person. My LinkedIn lists several professions. What do you want me to do? And why? What's the job? This is an awful email. Whether it's real or a scam, this is super embarrassing. This is an email I get a lot. Companies reaching out for me to unbox their products. This person clearly doesn't even know what my content is. They half-assed what I was talking about with establishing context by referring to my channel, but the only information that they're giving me is my sub count from that time. Then they talk about the company. There's no reason for this product to interest me, which they should know since they looked at my channel. Oh, and the follow-up. This is a very strange thing I see companies doing, and it's where they like act really chummy and they think it reads genuine when she clearly hasn't watched a single one of my videos. I can't imagine that that works on anyone. She's like, hey girlfriend, who are you? Okay, this is a good example of what that other email was trying to do, but they do it better. They referenced a specific video, and their product is actually kind of relevant to my channel. They also personalized it by saying they enjoy YA. So it's like they're sharing a little about themselves and then mentioning what they know of me. They're also saying why they think I'd be interested in their product. I never talk about YA or romance on my channel, so it's clear that they're like rapid skimming channels and shooting their shots. But I'm much more inclined to respond to this one than I was to the previous one because it's clear they did at least minimal research and cognitive effort to see if my channel was a good fit for that product. This is a scene submission for a video from one of my patrons. As you can see, the subject line is good. It tells me exactly the content of their email. There's the greeting, the body is brief and relevant, an appropriate and friendly closing line because my patrons and I are obviously pretty familiar with each other. Great email. Oh, fun. This is a rejection email from a lit magazine. Clear subject. I know that this is a response from that magazine for this story. They were kind enough to give me some brief feedback on why they didn't accept the piece, and they leave me a call to action, which is to submit again. I think this is a good balance of like professionalism, but with a friendly kind of tone. It might verge on too familiar, but I think that it works here because they're delivering news that a lot of people might take poorly. I've been rejected. So they're being very kind and specific about what they liked and what didn't work. I think that's a good email. Okay, I feel like that was enough examples. I hope this was helpful for you. Best of luck to you in your future email endeavors. Drop me a like and a comment if you enjoyed it, and feel free to leave some suggestions for future everyday writing videos. Best, Hannah.